Well, Shawn, the one thing I want you to kind of put on your analyst hat, because you're a wonderful analyst on PBC on Fox telecast. And what I'm going towards is on November 21st, the fight that I know you're going to have your eye on with Errol Spence and Danny Garcia. You have been in the ring with both. Who do you think has the advantage of that fight? And do you think that right now, I believe Errol is a favorite over Danny? Do you think that the odds are justified?
Yeah, I think that rightfully so. He's the favorite. I think, to this point, he's done basically everything right inside of the ring to become and maintain being a world champion. He's got some skills and some tools in his chest that works. Excuse me, that works very well for him. He's more active than Danny Garcia, and he sets guys up. Danny sets guys up as well, but Danny isn't quite as active as Errol Spence is. I think that Danny needs to come in, be active from the GO, make it be known that he's in the ring to win the fight, and he can't allow Errol Spence to get comfortable. All of us are coming off of this COVID. All of us are coming off of extremely long layoffs. But not only that, Errol Spence is coming off of an injury where he had to take time away from training and take time away from the ring just simply to heal, So I think he's got some added baggage coming into the ring in terms of the layoff and rust. And so I think that Danny Garcia needs to come in there and take advantage of that. If I had to pick a winner, I think it's going to be Errol Spence. But there's no telling what Errol Spence we're going to get in the ring. He is some time away from that accident now, and it will be more than a year once the fight takes place. But there's no telling, what's going to happen until he gets in the ring and actually starts moving. So I think if Danny Garcia comes in the ring with that blood boiling, it could be a great night for him. But I do anticipate this being a fight that Errol Spence will win.
Well, Shawn, what blows my mind about that fight is that Errol could have easily come back and taken a tune-up fight. Instead, he's jumping right into the fire and says, forget the tune-ups. I want the best. Yeah. And Danny Garcia is right there, so away we go. And what I'm seeing in the welterweight division right now, especially with you and Thurman and Pacquiao and Errol, and, hopefully we can see, Terrence Crawford in that mix as well. But I'm starting to see the best fighting the best in their primes. You know how we've heard for years, the guys in the 80s did it this way, the guys in the early 90s. I'm okay with that, but I'm glad to see that you guys are finally getting your just due for fighting each other and having this kind of war amongst all of you.
It took some time, but we're here. And I think the fighters always knew that. I know me personally always knew that fight with Errol Spence that happened last year was eventually going to happen. I knew the fight with Danny and the fight with Keith and so on and so forth. I mean, I've been in the ring with all the guys, so I think I'm excluded from that statement, but at least a little bit. But yeah, I think now's the time. Now's the time to show what this sport has. And I'll be honest, man, this sport has terrific athletes. This sport has terrific people, and I don't think enough people know that about the sport of boxing. And I've said this, I've been saying this for a long time. It's only a matter of time before the world really finds out who we are as athletes, who we are as people. And I think we're coming into that now. And I think we're definitely going to be able to take a huge advantage of the sporting world because of this COVID and because of this quarantine. Everybody is on high alert, and nobody is really moving right now. So obviously NBA just got back, MLB is going right now, and everyone's trying to be safe. But right now is the time for boxing to take advantage of all the eyes wanting to see new sporting events.
Shawn, you've been a pro since 2008. We have seen you become a world champion before PBC was a known entity and a player in boxing, and you fought on the second PBC show ever back in March of 2015. What has it been like to be amongst one of the pillars of PBC, one of the guys that fans see on a consistent basis against the best, And the popularity of boxing, thanks largely in part to the influence that PBC has had to get boxing back on network television. You've done it as a fighter, and you're also doing it as a commentator now.
I have thoroughly enjoyed this ride. It's been an amazing ride. A lot of changes, a lot of things going on throughout the years. But, you know, as I look back on everything that you're saying right now, 2008 is when I turned pro, and it's just been amazing. It's been an amazing journey. What I can say about PBC when we fought on Fox, Spike TV,
Fought an NBC against Adrian Broner.
NBC, we've been CBS, we've been
CBS
everywhere.
against Thurman.
We've been everywhere, and I think that PBC has always represented boxing very well and continues to represent boxing very well. And, you know, as I said at the beginning of this interview, that's what I'm here to do Saturday night, is just become is to be the best representation of boxing that I can be. And I think right now is a great time for me to do it.